Good afternoon, I'm Jacinta Lee with 2NURFM Hunter News. A fire which engulfed a shed in 4th Street, Adamstown earlier today has been contained. 7 pumpers arrived on the scene to control the blaze, which began just after 10 a.m. The cause of the fire has not yet been determined, but Station Officer Paul Randall says fiberglass and traces of asbestos were found on the property.
In the end, we had 4 pumps on scene with a rescue unit. We didn't want that fire spreading into the actual house itself, and we made sure all the people who were out of the premises, they were all accounted for. At the moment, we're just a bit of concern. It's got some asbestos within the shed itself and some fiberglass, which can be a contaminant for the firefighters mainly.
Planning and Regulatory Director Peter Crystal has been appointed as the new interim CEO of Newcastle Council. The position is valid for 12 months while recruitment takes place for another interim CEO or until the state government makes a decision on council amalgamations. Liberal councillor Brad Luke says hiring an interim CEO is a ridiculous idea.
The whole concept of recruiting an interim CEO or appointing an interim CEO last night, now going through another process to start next week to recruit another interim CEO, knowing that we will then have to, at some point, go through the process to recruit and appoint a permanent CEO. Quite a waste of money by the councillors and wasting ratepayers' money.
Lake Macquarie City Council has received a $45,000 grant from the New South Wales Government to help manage flying foxes in Blackall's Park. The grant will allow the site to be rehabilitated and create suitable areas for the bats to roost. Parliamentary Secretary for the Hunter, Scott McDonald, says he hopes the transition will be a smooth one for the affected community.
They're a protected species, so we do need to be mindful, an important part of the environment. So look, this is about living in that environment, living with flying foxes, but certainly trying to assist residents to make that happen as carefully as possible.
Maitland SES is inviting local businesses to get involved in a new flood management workshop. The plan is to help business owners prepare for future flood events after the damage of last year's superstorm. SES Community Engagement Officer Alexandra Varley says prevention is key.
To get them ready for any disaster. Last April, we found a lot of businesses weren't as prepared as they could have been or just weren't expecting the damages that they got. And we've also got some speakers from local businesses that were also affected last year and what they found difficult and the things that they've put in place since then to help other businesses get prepared for the next one.
And the Scone community has come together for the funeral of respected real estate agent Adam O'Regan today. The 48-year-old and 2 passengers were tragically killed in a car accident at Gundy when their vehicle drove off a cliff and rolled down an embankment just over a week ago. Mr. O'Regan is survived by his wife and 3 children.
Sport for our sponsor, Curry Curry Bowling Club.
Newcastle Jets winger Andrew Hoole is gaining confidence, according to coach Mark Jones, after a stunning long-range free kick secured a draw against the Western Sydney Wanderers on Sunday. Jones says Hoole has recaptured the swagger that abandoned him in a frustrating 12-month stint with Sydney FC. Pacific Dunes professional golfer Jamie Hook has enjoyed a good start to the week, taking out both the Merewether Pro-Am and Charlestown Big Hole Pro-Am. Meanwhile, Toronto's Nathan Green will tee off in half an hour at Wyong, hoping to improve on yesterday's second-place finish. Former Newcastle Hunters basketballer Susie Walmsley says she's enjoying the battle for a place in the Sydney Uni Flames WNBL side. Walmsley is a development player at the club and hopes to join fellow Novocastrians Cassidy McLean and Laura McSpadden on the roster. And with Cox Plate winner Winks spelled for the upcoming Emirates Stake, the door is open for Newcastle trained horse Lucia Valentina. Trainer Chris Lees is confident the team identified why Lucia Valentina struggled to a 7th place finish on Saturday's Cox Plate.
Oh, look, we're hopeful that it was more so the track, the tight turning circumference of Moonee Valley. It was a type of race where the horses back in the field, when the pressure was applied, they just didn't get into the race at all.
That's sport. I'm Jared Melmoth.
2NURFM news time is 10 past 12.